you know, if this is the type of shit we can expect from WWE now that they got a fucking fire lit under their ass by AEW, then I'm all for it, baby. Because, lo and behold, I don't know about you, but this was a very entertaining Royal Rumble to me. What was your takeaway?
Yeah.
In depth.
Yeah,
That's
I
what we
agree.
do here. Yeah, man, this was one hell of an entertaining Rumble, man. And usually, don't get me wrong, Rumble's usually the most entertaining of the 10 poles for me.
Yeah.
But this one exceeded that entertainment value. It was almost through and through 100% entertaining. Almost.
Yeah.
You know. But let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get down to it. There was a pre-show that took 10 gillion years to get through.
Shit.
We're going to go real quick through that. Bobby Roode and Gable versus, I guess, one half of AOP and Dawson for some reason. Did I miss something? I mean, granted, the fucking tag team on Raw, the tag team division on Raw sucks right now. It's getting better by the second, but it still sucks. So I might have missed something story-wise. I don't know, man. I don't understand why this happened. Again, it might just be that my attention goes out during those segments. But whatever. I guess this was a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bobby Roode and Gable retained. The most entertaining thing about this was when the cameraman tripped.
Oh, yeah.
during one of the intros for the guys.
That was the most memorable thing.
Yeah, literally. So that was a thing. Next, literally, that's all we're talking about that. Next was Shinsuke versus Rusev. Still sick, by the way.
Yep.
This was for the U.S. Championship. You know, we already know how underused these two guys are. So this was kind of that match. Now, don't get me wrong. It was a fairly good match. It's just, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of a whatever.
Pre-show.
It was a fun match to have on a pre-show
Yeah.
because you didn't feel like you were getting butt raped the whole time
Yeah.
with stupidity. It was just kind of like, all right, this is pretty cool, man. It ended with Shinsuke retaining with a Kinshasa to the back of the neck after Lana got her cute little ankle hurt
Yeah.
by Rusev. You know,
Tootsie.
yeah, little Tootsie got hurt. So, you know, hot Lana feet.
Yeah.
Get my third thumb up. Other than that, I mean, it was a decent pass the time match. Not memorable.
Nope.
But you know, not horrible.
That's why it was in the pre-show.
Yep. Next was Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo. I forgot he existed, and now he's super fat Itomi.
Yeah.
And versus Buddy Murphy. This was for the Cruiserweight Championship. You know, we're not really invested in 205 Live because we don't have 10 billion hours to invest in wrestling. So I guess to people that watch this might have been entertaining because even not investing some time in 205 Live, it was an entertaining match. It was really good,
it was
actually.
fine. Yeah.
The thing is,
Who cares?
yeah, who cares, basically. But yeah, very entertaining in terms of what they put on the, put out there on the ring. Buddy Murphy ended up retaining, of course. I gotta say, Kalisto was probably the big attraction here, though. You know, if they put a lot more heft behind these guys, you know, they could be something, but they won't do that. So,
Nope.
So whatever. It ended with Buddy Murphy doing a Murphy's Law to Itomi, who is fat, as aforementioned. That's coming to two fat lards.
502, more like.
So that was a pre-show. Forgettable, but fun, I guess. But then, it started, and I was afraid it was not going to live up to this particular point.
Dying.
I'm really sick.
It's not good. I gave this to you, by the way.
Yeah, we were macking it,
Yeah,
apparently.
it wasn't good.
Yeah, man, it was Becky versus Asuka. I was kind of surprised they put this so early in the card here, but you know what? It was a colossal way to start it. At least for me. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
This was a great match. And, you know, you always have a fear for when you're anticipating a match.
Yeah.
It never went into that territory where I was like, oh, disappointed a little. It was always good. And it just got better as it went along.
It did.
And it was pretty surprising.
Yeah,
in the
it was,
sense
actually.
that Asuka retained, man. She retained the championship. Of course, everybody was behind Becky. Not really hating on Asuka, don't get me wrong, of course.
It's just like, it's the Bexmeister.
Yeah, and this is great because they're really building almost all of SmackDown, possibly this whole fucking pay-per-view, really, around the Becky story.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the biggest thing right now in wrestling, especially in WWE. And they're doing the wise thing and really building it. But that comes up later. What happened here is Asuka retained. I mean, fuck, dude.
Made her tap,
yeah, to the Asuka lock with a bridge. And that was shocking. Wow. They, but at the same time, they picked the right person to do it with.
Yeah.
Because who's going to boo Asuka? Nobody's going to boo Asuka. They're just going to be shocked that Becky lost. But this would tie up later. In a fucking fantastic way. We'll talk about that now. In the meantime, this match was a big win for me. What about you?
I agree. It was pretty damn good. It didn't hurt that they were looking pretty damn hot.
Oh yeah.
So the ding was happy. The mind was happy.
I'm not gonna say that Booty Lynch should show more booty.
Yeah.
There was a lot of booty being shown.
There was that one part where the screen went black for a second, and apparently her titty showed for like a second. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it.
Not a big fan of the little nipple flashes in wrestling because it's never hot. It's just like that thing is squeezing out of a fucking leotard.
But I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Two notable things happened during this match that are not related to the match because the whole match was notable.
Yeah.
But that was that they at one point they cut away to the Mexican commentators before the match starts.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the fucking Mexican commentators says the phrase "ready to rumble," which you're not supposed to say.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let's get ready to rumble. And so somebody's pissed backstage because they have to pay up some fucking money for that. Anyway, and then this annoyed me the whole match, dude. As much as I love this match, this fucking shit annoyed me. Guess what it was?
The tranny?
It wasn't the tranny or the Purple People Leader.
Damn.
It was a couple of people in the audience, for anyone wondering. What annoyed me was the loud fucking ref.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, no other ref sounded this loud and annoying and obnoxious.
Yeah.
This guy was fucking insanely loud. I don't know what the fuck was up. Did they mic him on top of the mics?
Yeah, he had a freaking big-ass mic.
Shit.
He had one of those, like, Bob Barker mics.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. Anyway, great match. Great way to start. And it made me afraid for the rest of the fucking card.
Yeah, me too.
The next match was the Miz Shane connection, I guess.
Yeah.
Versus The Bar. This was for the tag team titles. And they've kind of been building up this little thing with Shane and Miz. I'm kind of interested. The only reason I was kind of invested in this, I'm interested where it was going to go. Was Shane going to be friendly the whole way through or whatever, you know? And, I mean, that seems to be the case because these fuckers just won.
Yeah.
They're the fucking tag team champions. So that was a fucking thing. That was cool, though, because it was a nice cool-down match. After something...
Yeah, it was a good placement in the card.
Yeah, it really, really was. After something so engaging... This was the cool down little match that we needed, and it was a good match. The guys all put up a nice steady clip, very entertaining through and through. You know, it ended up with excuse me, again this sickness. It ended up with Shane doing a shooting star press where it always looks like he's gonna kill himself.
Yeah, he was doing the "oh man, I'm hurt" walk after it.
Yeah, he did it to Cesaro, and that was that, man. Something notable about this fucking match, other than Shane looking dead as fuck by the end.
Yeah, he was about to croak.
I don't know. I mean, you caught this first, and it still is like bugging me. At one point, Cesaro is spinning Shane around.
What was that?
As he is wont to do, and Shane is like obsessed with keeping his shirt down.
Yeah, to the point that he's not doing the head brace thing. He's
just
holding
keeping his shirt down like a fat guy. Like if we fell, we'd be more concerned with our gut showing.
Man, our gut,
yeah, we'd be pulling this shit down.
Freaking legs would be like destroyed, torn asunder, but we'd be holding that shirt down.
A car could run us over, and our first concern is we're gonna keep our shirt down. This motherfucker is not fat, and he's trying to keep his shirt down. What the fuck was going on with Shane's fucking shirt, man?
And he had an undershirt, so there was like no reason
to keep that down.
He did it several times during the match after that too. Once we noticed it, that's all I could see. Is like,
it was weird.
Does he got a gammy ass tummy or something?
And anyway, it was bizarre. But yeah, the match was fucking fun. Nice little breather match. And Miz's dad apparently is John Carpenter when he let himself go really bad.
Yep.
Anyway, next was old Ronda versus Sasha. Now the news had broken that Ronda might be leaving the company after WrestleMania. So I was expecting a huge backlash against her. As it was a moderate backlash against her. from the audience.
Yeah, and it was mostly in the beginning.
Yeah, and it was mostly in the beginning. Not as much as I expected. So that's good, you know. Daniel Bryan is right about one thing with his gimmick. Wrestling fans can be fucking fickle as shit. So it's good that they just let the match happen. So this was for the Raw Women's Championship. It's been built up pretty well, I think, anyway, in my opinion. What do you think about the match here?
I think it was all right. I'm not a huge Sasha fan these days, but I can't deny that she wrestles well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had pretty good chemistry.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like one of the best matches she's had, but it definitely wasn't bad. It was pretty damn entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. This was a fun match. Sasha just proved why we liked her to begin with, which we haven't seen in a long while because she's been stuck in shitty programs.
Yeah.
So putting her with Ronda, who is going to get the attention, let's face it, was a good move because they both look pretty damn good in this. And ended up with Ronda retaining, which honestly is the right thing to do if they're going to go ahead with what we know is going to eventually happen. There's going to be a Becky face-off. It's got to happen. Yeah. It must happen at this point. And, yeah, man, ended with a reversal of a armbar into a Piper's Pit. That looked pretty great. But, yeah, up to that point, everything was on point, man. Everything was moving steadily. Sasha looked as good as she did when she was facing off against Charlotte and stuff. Maybe even better, you know. Yeah, I think she really wanted to be up there and say, look, I'm still somebody worth your attention, you know. And whatever we may think about her attitude at times.
Or five head.
Or for insanely large forehead, you know, she definitely deserves to be there. And, you know, likewise with Ronda, you know, say what you will.
Yeah.
But, yeah, very good match. Again, after that breather match, this was a step up. So everything's going steady at a steady-ass clip as we go into the Women's Royal Rumble. Which, by the way, I thought was going to start the show.
Yeah, they said it was going to in the pre-show.
Yeah, but there we have it right there, the Women's Royal Rumble. And, of course, this is one of the two highlights because there's a Men's Royal Rumble, obviously. We're going to go down the list of entrants as they come in. And as I tell you when they go out, we're going to kind of review their performance. Go ahead and review my performance with it sucks because of his cough.
Thumbs that shit down.
The first two out were Lacey Evans at the number 1 spot, which I gotta say is a vote of confidence from the WWE. You know, they're actually pushing the people that are or attempting to push the people that they brought up this go round.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Otis didn't do well with his little introduction, but Lacey come out in first place. She did a little promo, which fitted her character quite well. And her first opponent was Natty at number 2. Mandy Rose at number 3. And then we have our first elimination with number 4, Liv Morgan.
Oh, man.
They continue to stick it to the fucking Riot Squad.
She, was in there for a second.
1 fucking second, dude. 8 seconds, according to the fucking commentators. But, dude, she went in, and then she's over the rope by Natty.
Yep.
That was it. I mean, she was looking hot. So I was at least hoping for a few more seconds, like maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Shit, man. What the fuck was that shit?
Wasn't good.
Anyway, so I guess 4 went to 3 again at that point. And anyway, my girl, Mickey James, comes out next. After her came Ember Moon, Billie Kay, and Nikki Cross, which the audience was, you know, super behind that idea. And they had kind of given the impression that maybe she would be one of the last few in the match. It was not to be, apparently, but we'll get to that. At number 9, we had Peyton Royce. At number 10, the beshelled behemoth, Tamina. Dude, why the fuck is Tamina even a thing?
I don't know. Anyone else?
Anyone on earth
Sumi.
but Tamina. Yeah, Sumi. Bring Sumi back. I mean, I realize he's not a female, but he's got the tits to be one.
Yeah.
Tamina fucking sucks. Let's just face it, okay? The only time she was kind of relevant is when she was, like, fucking valeting for AJ. Because, you know, AJ was small. So this humongous thing next to her kind of seemed like a threat. Tamina fucking licks. How did she physically change so much? She doesn't even look like herself anymore. And this turtle shell outfit she's wearing has got to stop.
It's got to be the worst outfit currently on the roster.
So she's fucking terrible. And Mickey is out by Tamina kicking her at this point. So I'm pissed because I love Mickey. At least give her a few more fucking seconds.
I didn't even notice she got
you
thrown
didn't
out.
even notice.
Yeah,
because it was like a thing during this Women's Royal Rumble where a few times the eliminations came at a crucial moment where you were like focused on something else.
Yeah.
So that was weird. Anyway, next came Xia Li, who was one of the entrants in the Mae Young tournament this year. So she was, like an old ass Chinese chick, basically.
She's not old, but okay.
Yeah, wasn't she like 100 years old?
No, that was the other one.
Whatever.
That was Mako.
She looks like 100 years old anyway, so we're gonna go with she's old.
I guess.
Xia Li, which was met with some confusion from the crowd, but there was a few NXT chants anyway. Next up came Sarah Logan, who was sporting some new pants, which I gotta say I'm digging. Better than the older pants.
Not really pants, but yeah.
Yeah, at this point, Nikki is eliminated in tandem by the Iconics, which was not met well by, anyone ever. So Nikki's eliminated. What would you say? I mean, we kind of skipped it on Mickey here and Liv because Liv was there for 8 seconds and Mickey didn't get to do much. But Nikki got to do something.
Yeah.
What did you think of her performance in the Rumble, considering she was eliminated this early?
She got to do a lot of stuff, I thought.
Yeah, and I think really that's what's important.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rumble, it's not so much about what you do because there's not a lot of room or time to do spots. A lot of them anyway. But it's more about the impression you caused.
Yeah.
And Nikki, I mean, she causes an impression, period.
She did her thing.
She did her thing, so that was cool, man. But she could have, come on, man, let it last a little longer at least. And no offense to the Iconics, they're funny, they're cool, but come on, man, somebody else. The Iconics. Come on, get the Iconics to take out Tamina. She fucking licks. Anyway, look, I'm just gonna be honest. Somewhere along the way here, Tamina got eliminated.
Apparently.
I don't even know when. I don't even know when the fuck she got eliminated. I don't know if it was here or later. Tamina somehow just disappeared, and I didn't even notice.
It was the best thing. We willed her into disappearing.
Yeah, fuck Tamina. So her performance sucked because she's Tamina. So that's all we're going to say about her from now on. Anyway, next up at number 13 was Charlotte. And this was going to lead to some inevitable confrontation between her and Becky at the very least, right? But they also kind of sowed some seeds between her and Lacey Evans, which makes no sense because apparently... I mean, Lacey's not really placed anywhere yet, but they were sowing some seeds. They had the little face-off. They kept on fighting each other. And this would become important later because of something that happens that harkens back to something I already mentioned, which we will get to. But after she came onto the scene, the Iconics were eliminated by Lacey Evans. So, again, they were giving Lacey a lot of, there's kind of like a little moment in the spotlight throughout this whole thing.
She was there for a while.
Yeah, she was there for a while. Xia Li got eliminated by Charlotte.
Yeah.
Much to your chagrin, especially right after she had gotten her fucking underwear pulled up into her ass.
Yeah.
That's the moment to keep her in there, folks.
And she was she actually got to do some stuff like early on. She came in pretty fast and heavy. Mm-hmm. But like in most Rumbles, they do her thing and then kind of disappear. And then, the ass was shown, and then she left, and I was like, really?
Yeah. So, Xia Li, I mean, at least we know that they have some interest in her now.
True.
The Iconics, they didn't get to do much. They did get to do a little funny stuff here and there, which is really what they're good at. They're good at being... They're not great wrestlers. In fact, they're kind of shitty wrestlers, but they are good at being entertaining. So they got to do that bit. And that was fun. So, again.
That was a thing that happened.
It was a thing that happened. Next, though, was Miss Kairi Sane at number 14. Mm-hmm. That very pleasant surprise. After her arrival, Sarah Logan got eliminated by a combination of Natty and Kairi.
All I got to say about that is, of course.
So, yeah, Sarah Logan, I mean, come on. The Riot Squad just getting reamed. So, yeah, like you said, of course. That's our review of her performance. Next up was surprisingly Maria Kanellis, which, as we all know, is pretty much... I don't know, man. Is she gone? Is she not gone? Is she leaving? I don't know.
Rumors say that she asked for her release, but we don't know if that's true.
And you said maybe this is their way of trying to keep her under. I mean, if it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? I love Maria. She was very funny when she was doing when she was playing the Ditz back in the day. And she's got a great ass, you know, and that's about it. But, you know, let's just face it. Her time on the main roster has sucked.
Yeah, pointless, really.
Pointless. So she came in.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to see some ass for a little bit. But anyway, whatever. Next came Naomi, which, of course, is always great. I mean, let's face that. But after she came, Mandy got eliminated by her, which, you know, kind of fed into the storyline that they've got going on. So that's pretty cool. At this point, Naomi almost falls out of the ring. She managed to save herself by, you know, kind of swinging herself over to the partition.
Yeah.
Then balancing act her way over. Almost falling.
Yeah. My butthole was being like...
Yeah, it's a butthole clenching moment for almost falling. And she leapfrogs to the fucking stairs and actually manages to make it without touching the floor. And we're all like, hell yeah. But then Mandy eliminates her before she even gets in the ring.
Yeah.
So...
Advancing a
little plot there. So I guess Mandy's time in the ring and Naomi's time in the ring, though brief, you know, in the end was beneficial for what they've got going on there. Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, at least it went somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But not long after that, Lacey Evans, very unceremoniously, considering how much they had kind of focused on her, got eliminated by Charlotte, which again, that they were kind of focusing on these two facing off against each other. And I say this because it was during one of the countdowns. Like, literally, she got eliminated, and a second later, Candice LeRae come out at number 17.
Yeah, and everyone was quiet.
Yeah, so, like, who cares?
Yeah.
And they did this more than once, so it was like, what?
Odd. Like we said, it was Miss Tamina.
Yeah, it was odd. It was weird, man, considering, again, how much they focused on that. So I was like, okay. Is that just bad timing, or what the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, number 17 was Candice LeRae, so that's a thing. I mean, it was cool, but, you know, nobody in the fucking audience apparently cared or knew somehow. At number 18, we had Alicia Fox, which the highlight of her was that fucking dance she did at the beginning.
She's doing like this weird ass.
The fuck was that shit?
I don't know.
I liked it though.
It did kind of. It sucked so bad.
Yeah, it was weird. Okay, yeah. This led to a weird comedic, I guess, confrontation between her and Maria.
That was a thing.
Which, again, considering we haven't had much time with Maria this go round,
it was just weird.
Why?
Yeah.
And I mean, Foxy, we get it. You know, she's crazy. Anything can work potentially, but why? So anyway, Maria eliminates Alicia Fox, and that's a fucking thing that happened.
Yeah, went on way too long.
All this happened, by the way, during one of those fucking changes.
Yeah.
So nobody gave a shit. You know what I'm saying? Because right as it happened, new entrant.
Yeah.
What?
So that was a thing.
Yeah, it was weird, dude. Anyway, next we had Casey Katsunaro. I forgot her fucking last name. The fucking American Ninja chick.
Yeah. I literally was like, who? And then they said the American Ninja chick, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you saw the Mae Young Classics, she was in that, and she's super tiny, but extremely agile.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of the catch with her. And I mean that in a good way. So she comes in, does her thing for a while. In the meantime, at number 20 comes in Zelina Vega, wearing a literal Vega outfit, apparently.
I didn't get it till like 3 minutes later.
Which is sad, by the way. But, you know, whatever. Zelina is apparently comic relief now. But that led to something that we'll get to right now. What is most important right now, at that precise moment, Renee Young decided to fritz out.
Yeah, she like had a stroke or something.
Like a short circuit. For some reason, she was talking and all of a sudden,
she started scatting like Scatman John. He was like,
It was look, I'm not gonna lie, it was funny.
It was funny, and they laughed. And Beth laughed
as well. They should have.
Yeah.
But anyway, at number 21 came a girl, Ruby, which I was already expecting her to get cornholed just like the rest of the fucking Riot Squad. Because let's face it, they're just cannon fodder at this point.
Yep.
So, but she came out accompanied by the Riot Squad, which maybe I was hoping that could lead to something. And lo and behold, they did kind of let them do stuff, which is different. So because of that, Ruby manages to eliminate both Fox and Candice LeRae back to back almost with the assistance of the Riot Squad, which again refreshing considering they usually get fucking butt reamed
Cornhole
by everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
At this point, Zelina Vega decides to hide. And this is what I was referring to, where she becomes kind of like a comic piece. It was pretty funny, man.
My favorite part was that she goes under the ring, and then she opens the little, the little flap, the little curtain, and cackles like a witch.
Yeah, she keeps on making fun of people when they fall out, and she just appears at the convenient side of the ring to do so. Just gazes out. It was pretty funny, man. They actually kind of did that kind of well. At number 22 was Dana Brooke, who we forgot existed.
Yeah.
But you know what? I gotta say,
she forgot she existed.
Well, yeah. Besides that, she came in pretty fresh, I guess, because she didn't do anything, but she was looking pretty good. But anyway, like I said, fucking Foxy and Candice LeRae got eliminated. I mean, Candice didn't really get to do jack shit,
Not
so
really.
we can't say it was worth bringing her out. Fox, who gives a shit? But next was Kairi Sane, who got eliminated surprisingly fast, I gotta say, and surprisingly by Ruby Riott.
Oh yeah.
But she did get to do her elbow drop and do a little number here and there. So it was all right appearance.
She was being beat up by the Riot Squad.
Yeah, she was being beat up by the Riot Squad, so it could have been a worse appearance from her.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't the Maria appearance. That was weird. But anyway, next at number 23 was Io Shirai.
Coming to aid of her girl.
Yeah. And at number 24 was Rhea Ripley, which was pleasant surprise there.
Be done.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I wrote here, so I'm trying to figure it out. So you might want to just say anything on it.
Rhea Ripley looks like a female Pete Dunne. I might have just ruined something for people, but check it out. Look at her face.
I'd still
look
bang
at
her.
Pete Dunne. I'm not gonna lie, I would still bang her too. I'm just saying, looks like Pete Dunne.
Which is bad because he's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
So
you'd be banging your favorite wrestler and
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So
Rhea
Ripley. Rhea Ripley, hashtag she's a man. You heard it here first, and it's true. But I finally figured out my note, which said Katsunaro monkey, and that's because she does. Look, I just write shorthand notes to myself, and I was confused by that. But Katsunaro kind of did the whole, Kofi Kingston avoids being thrown out of the ring bit, and so does Naomi. Well, she kind of had her own version of it, where she basically clings like a friggin' chimp.
She busted out a capuchin.
Yeah, and she climbed the little fucking pole there back into the ring, but she was immediately eliminated by Rhea Ripley.
That's the thing,
afterwards.
apparently. Like, once you do a cool escape, you gotta be instantly eliminated.
Yeah, constant theme. But she did pretty good. She made an impression for sure because she's so agile.
Yeah, people were actually reacting to her stuff.
Yeah, so which is
unlike Candice LeRae.
Man, Ken. Super sick.
I like those lungs, dude. They're pretty good. You good?
Nope. All right, I'm good. Yeah, man. Nobody was reacting to Candice LeRae at all.
Nope.
Nobody, which is surprising.
Yeah.
There were obviously NXT viewers there.
Yeah, it was dead, man.
It was weird, but anyway. Sonya Deville came out next, and she's a lesbian, so she's not gonna get any attention. It's fucked up. But she hasn't been getting any attention in real life, so that sucks.
So it's not a controversial.
But yes, Sonya came out next. At this point, Dana gets eliminated by Rhea Ripley. She did pretty good, man. Dana. I mean, considering she's hardly ever used.
Dana,
she is mocked by Zelina Vega at this point.
Yeah, she peeks out and laughs.
Which is hilarious. And then something happens.
Yeah, this was a thing.
As she is laughing, as Zelina Vega is laughing at Dana Brooke there, she is accompanied in the laughter.
Yep.
By one Hornswoggle.
A little swag just pops his little head out.
Yeah.
Under the ring. Which apparently he's been there in kayfabe. He's been there for years.
Now, we saw a bunch of Royal Rumbles back to back.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing for your sanity, but
it's not great to do. No, not that many. But we did notice that Hornswoggle at one point, technically, was never eliminated.
Yeah.
So, I guess there he was that whole time.
Yep.
He chases Zelina around quite humorously, and Zelina, as a result, is eliminated by Rhea Ripley. And Hornswoggle's fat fucking ass follows her perversely up the ramp. Or not even a ramp, whatever that fucking entrance was, but that was weird, man. What the fuck was that shit?
The implication is interesting to say the least.
And I like how later Andrade comes up and we just assume that he didn't do anything about Hornswoggle.
Yeah. They're still back there.
Yeah, Zelina's currently getting fondled by fucking Hornswoggle, Bryan Singer style.
Look, I just want to say that Hornswoggle was more stomach than man.
Dude, he was fat as fuck.
He needs to freaking lay off them Twinkies, and that's coming from me.
If they ever do another what was it, Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, they could just have Hornswoggle sub for Yokozuna.
Yeah.
Fuck. But then Sumi would be all sad that he didn't get a job.
That's the only time he gets a job.
Next up is somebody that definitely has a job, and that's Alexa Bliss. By that, I mean a blowjob on me in my dreams. She's super hot is what I'm saying here. Alexa Bliss is back, baby, and that's a great thing. But at this point, Sonya gets eliminated by Bliss. So I guess Sonya continues to be ignored.
Yeah, fun fact. Alexa Bliss's theme is just the Cumbia Kings theme.
Which is not great. But anyway, next up comes Bayley, who manages to eliminate my girl Ruby.
Yeah.
Who lasted surprisingly longer than I expected her, considering that she's in the Riot Squad, and the Riot Squad is the favorite thing to treat like shit in the fucking entire roster. And she also eliminates, surprisingly, Rhea Ripley, which, I guess Bayley's super tough now.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up comes Lana with her broken-ass Tootsie.
Hoof. And
this, of course, immediately was a red flag in the best way, because that meant anybody could come in, and we already knew who anybody was.
Sumi
in his grandiose return.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we all knew it was going to be Becky, man. And this, of course, would be the payoff that we all wanted.
Yeah.
So this was a great choice, man. At this point, what was already a fun little scrap became a great point in storytelling. It could have been negligible that this thing existed up until this point, really, if I'm going to be honest with you. Could have just been some hour that we passed watching, but instead this made it iconic. So Lana is hurt. Becky doesn't quite come out yet, but we already know it's going to come out. Yeah, Nia Jax comes out next, wearing the fucking ugliest suit she's worn yet. I don't know how the fucking laws of physics work, but she clearly defies them. Somebody resurrect fucking Einstein and tell him, dude, this shit defies all logic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can make freaking submarines out of her suits.
Yeah, no shit. Fucking no water would leak into that shit. You nuke those submarines and they'd be like, we're good. Anyway, apparently they're sentient, by the way, the submarines.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, fucking Io, Shirai, and Natty both get eliminated by Nia Jax because, she's humongous and a monster.
Yep. It's not like most girls I hear.
And I gotta say, look, Nia, when she's doing what she's supposed to be doing, which is being a monstrous heel, she can pull it off. Just don't fucking have her talk, dude. Don't talk and take Tamina away.
Yeah.
Just don't talk. Be a silent killer thing. Submarine.
Kill Tamina.
And you could be good, or you could at least be what you're supposed to be. But anyway, whatever. At number 30, we already knew Carmella was going to come out. But at this point, more importantly than Carmella, who we knew was not going to win, was that Becky is in fact convinced the refs and officials to let her substitute for Lana because, Lana's little cute Tootsie is hurt.
Yep.
And rules be damned.
Our boy Finley.
Yeah, Finley
takes care of us.
Takes care of us and make sure that Hornswoggle doesn't rape fucking Zelina. So we're all good, man, because now, our girl Bex is in the game, and we all know it's a matter of eventuality, baby. Bliss is subsequently, eliminated by Carmella and a Bayley combo, which is met with some displeasure, and rightfully so. She should have been at least a little longer in there. Come on, man. But Carmella is herself eliminated by Charlotte Flair. Nobody cares. And which brings us down to the final four: Bayley, Bex, Nia, and Charlotte. Now Bayley is immediately disposed of because, come on, Bayley. Man, nobody wants. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bayley's cool, but who the fuck cares about Bayley at this point? This is Becky's fucking show here, and we know she's had beef with both Nia and Charlotte, so that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
And boy, howdy, did they give us that. Anyway, fucking Nia eliminates, what's her fucking face?
Ashley.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlotte eliminates Bayley.
Yeah.
And, here we have our final confrontation. Comes down to Charlotte and Becky because Nia herself is eliminated by Becky by kind of being dragged out in a matter of sense. I mean, use her weight against her, I guess, for lack of better words. So our final confrontation we get is between Charlotte and Becky, and rightfully fucking so. After a little back and forth, which is very, on the edge of your seat type of shit.
People are like, oh, man.
Yeah, and they were really pushing Becky. I mean, Becky looked like it could have come down to a botch and she slips out of the ring type of situation, which was great. It was edge of your seat shit. But ultimately, Bex gets the upper hand on Charlotte by basically pushing her out of the way. Mm-hmm. She is the man, literally and figuratively now. She's got her shot. This is all we wanted, and I can't believe they actually did it because again, this is it. This is what happens when you must give the audience, or AEW is gonna take all your shit.
It's true.
Good. This is exactly yes. Don't fuck it up because you're going good now. Anyway, that was fucking great ending to something right there.
People were happy.
Very happy.
Things happened.
Next up was
AJ went up.
Yes, very much so. Next up was AJ versus Daniel Bryan.
Can I say the first thing?
Yes.
This was a match that happened, wasn't it?
Yeah, I gotta say. Woo! Look, man, and I love AJ. You more so than me, apparently.
Yes, I would suck his way.
Which is disturbing.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody loves Daniel Bryan. Although I'm not too sure about this new gimmick of his.
Not digging it.
I'm not like walk culture going that this is. Yes, it's a versatile gimmick in the sense that he can criticize anything, but is it good because of that? Not necessarily. It's iffy right now. I mean, nobody likes a preachy motherfucker. Is the thing, even when it's a character.
Yeah.
So anyway, whatever.
Stinky though.
It's not great so far, and I mean, like you said, this was a match.
This was not gelling. It was bland. Not much happened.
I would dare call it boring.
It was really boring.
And
it wasn't just us. Our boy Guardian reached out and was like, "Man, this is a match that's happening, isn't it?"
Yeah, man.
Same with Marcus. He said it wasn't coming together.
Yeah, nothing.
The crowd was dead.
And rightfully they should have been. I mean, there was nothing entertaining about it.
Nope.
Not a damn fucking thing. And, the bulk of it was Daniel Bryan being a heel, which can work, but, oh, fuck.
Too long.
It just didn't even work from the beginning. I was like, okay. Oh, dude, I was on the verge of sleeping in this bastard. Not one even tired.
Yeah. You ended up just looking at really bad custom pictures.
Yeah, which was far more entertaining.
Yeah, but it wasn't good. It was really bad, actually.
And it was especially worthless because Daniel Bryan, predictably retained the fucking championship.
Yeah.
So
pointless.
This should have been shorter, really.
But something confusing happened.
Yeah, the end was, I guess, the payoff. Rowan from the, I guess, no longer Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
Coming out with a Tom Savini shirt for some fucking reason.
That was the highlight of this match. Tom Savini. Not Rowan, Tom Savini.
Yeah, the shirt. He interfered.
Yeah.
And he helped Daniel Bryan win.
That was a thing that happened.
By palm slamming fucking AJ to the mat.
It's like he stood. He withstood Daniel Bryan's beating this whole time, and one move puts him out.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with it. I mean, at the very least, it made me interested for a second as to where they're going with it, but not interested in the way where I was like, this is good storytelling, but why is this happening?
Yeah, and oh man, this is going to continue.
So that's I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
This was the stinker of the night.
This was definitely the low point. I don't know what to think about this match other than I was bored and then confused.
Yeah. And
not in a cool way. Not that bored is ever cool, but anyway. Next was Finn versus Brock, which, Finn's been dragged through the muck.
Mm-hmm.
and they finally are pulling the trigger on him story-wise for the last month or so, and it's working. But the thing is, going into this match, you knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
You know, Brock's going to lose at WrestleMania. Unless he doesn't again. So, you knew he wasn't going to win. That being said, this was a good match. It was a really good match. And it was a really good show for Finn. And, you know, they actually let him do a lot to Brock that they normally wouldn't let people do to Brock. So, it's a good show for Finn, but I'm not too sure it helps him in the end. Because they've built him up for the last month and a half, maybe even 2 months. And now they just drop him again.
Yeah, it's
despite how well he looked in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, he did do most... I would say he did pretty much almost all of the work in the match. Mm-hmm. But then he wasn't able to put, you know, an end to it. Yeah,
it was really, like, his match. Like, he was going to win that match. I mean, you know, the way it was looked, the way it was presented, it was like, this is his match. He won it. But that final coup de grace was reversed into a Kimura by old fucking Brock. And that was that.
Yeah.
The old tap out. So,
yeah, and it wasn't even... and it wasn't even a particularly protected finish. It was just they made him tap.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked a little weak there.
Yeah. So
despite how strong he looked in the match.
Yeah. So while it was an entertaining match, it was fun to watch. It was good to see Finn actually be allowed to do things. Yeah, like in the end, what? Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have to build him up again because he's back to nothing.
Yeah, if they had done any other ending, really, any other that wasn't a submission, would have been leagues better. The tapping was kind of like, come on, man, really?
Anyway, fucking Brock runs roughshod over him after that.
Pretty much.
So, you know, everybody hates Brock, so they gotta hate him more, which is good for him because when he gets beat, like I said, whoever beats it could be fucking. It could literally be Hornswoggle that beats Brock. Whoever beats Brock is going to get over big.
Yeah.
At least for a while. I mean, after that, it's depending on their talent and the writing. But anybody could beat Brock at this point, and they'll be big. You know, it's just... well, we'll get to that. But you know, potential for who's going to beat Brock is on high now. But anyway, next was... and finally was the Men's Royal Rumble. It started off with Elias doing his little bit, as we all know, and unfortunately that led to one of the least cool wrestlers in all of history, one of my least favorite wrestlers ever.
You hate him.
I don't care what contributions he's made to wrestling. I know, I'm aware of them. I just fucking think he sucks. I hate him. I hate his characters. You know, he ruined a lot of things. His ego fucking licks. I hate this man, and there he was at number 2. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Slapnuts himself. Fucking sucks. Comes out looking... Look, you shouldn't be wearing your old outfit,
dude,
bro.
He was like...
Wear anything but your old outfit.
He was like 2 Hornswoggles.
Yeah, he was 2 Hornswoggles wrapped in one turd fest of an outfit. Stop. It worked. It didn't even work in the 90s. No, it didn't.
It was terrible in the 90s.
Now you're still wearing that shit? It sucked, man. Although I gotta say the worst thing at this point... Worse than Double J? Nah, not worse than Double J. Close to as bad as Double J was that Jerry Lawler, who was on commentary.
Oh, god damn it.
He started spewing old ass references. And I'm not talking like old, like I'm talking like fucking...
No, let's say this. You're not talking timeless references. You're talking old, outdated ass references.
Yeah, I'm talking like he might as well have said, you know, like, hey, remember that time when, I don't know, Cyrus was the king of Persia?
Yeah.
That was funny, guys, right? Like, shut the fuck up, man. Nobody gives a shit about that crap anymore.
The very first one he brought up was Milli Vanilli.
Shit. Literally,
and
nobody
it just
cared.
kept happening, and I was enraged every time. It's like, god damn it, dude.
He did get better, though. Unlike Double J,
thankfully,
who gets immediately eliminated by Elias, and that just made me love Elias, because fuck Double J, Jeff Jarrett, he sucks.
And that was the longest time between... entrance, by the way. They had this like
because
50-hour.
It starts when the first punch is.
It doesn't matter. It took too long. Double J.
It was long because Double J Jeff Jarrett was there and he sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up is Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, so he's a thing. Oh, and by the way, Double J just sucks. That's our review of his participation in this.
Yep.
At number 4 we had Kurt Angle. At number 5, Big E. And at this point, Kurt eliminates Shinsuke.
Yep.
That's the thing.
So that was the thing that
So
happened.
he had a kickoff show match that was, all right, I guess, but negligible and easily forgotten. And then he gets eliminated right away. So Shinsuke's doing good, right?
Yeah. At least he wasn't wearing his shitty suit.
Yeah, he wore the right color suit this time. It still sucks. It's not a good... The mono suit is not good.
Yeah, it's just a bad look.
At number 6, surprisingly, we had Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling himself, getting a good reception. And he lasted a relatively long time in this, so that's pretty cool. At number 7, we forgot... We did, kind of, because it was Jinder Mahal.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy that used to be a guy?
He's real.
I wish they would do something. I know he's like a nobody now, and people were pissed when he got a run. But, I mean, come on. The guy's physically impressive. At least do something with him that's not Shakti. Anyway, whatever. Fucking Jinder's in this bitch, and he gets eliminated by Gargano instantly, which just goes to show.
I think the Singh has lasted longer than him.
Look, good thing you brought them up because the Singhs were in the ring after he got eliminated, and Big E proceeded to take out sweaty pancakes
crotch
from his
pancakes.
From his unitard,
from his C-string,
and he shoved them in one of the Singh brothers' mouth, which was both gross and incredibly funny. So we have the brains of 5-year-olds apparently. But anyway, next up was Samoa Joe at number 8. At this point, Big E is eliminated by Samoa Joe, so I guess Big E is not that big.
That was fast.
And anyway, number 9 came Kurt Hawkins, who proceeded to hide right away. So that's the thing. Number 10 was Seth Rollins, which, hey, we all knew something was going to happen, but I didn't know what would end up happening. So he's a guy.
Yep.
Anyway, at this point, Elias is eliminated by Seth Rollins. And, Elias, at least he got to eliminate Double J, so that's my review of his performance.
Destroy him with a freaking guitar.
Yes. Oh, thank God, man. Double J sucks. I was hoping the guitar would kill him on the spot, but it didn't. Next up at number 11 was somebody that I knew they were going to do something, and I was afraid they were going to ruin it. Titus O'Neil came at number 11. Look, his fall last year was natural. It happened.
Yeah.
That's why it was funny. So I knew that they were going to try to do something. And the thing was, were they going to ruin it by trying too hard? Or was it actually going to be amusing? What did you think?
I think it was, I laughed. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. So I guess since it made me laugh, I was fine with it.
Yeah, I think they kind of pulled it off well.
Yeah.
As aforementioned, Kurt Hawkins was hiding underneath the ring. And Titus O'Neil is rushing towards the ring after he, prays to the gods that he not fall again. He rushes up there and sees Kurt Hawkins peeking out. He chases him under the ring, comes out the other side. Kurt Hawkins goes into the ring, at which point he is eliminated by Titus. I'm sorry. Titus is eliminated by Kurt.
Yeah.
Kurt is like super happy that this happened, but he is immediately eliminated by Samoa.
And people are sad.
Yeah, and I don't mean Samoa Joe. I mean the fucking place Samoa.
Yeah, Samoa.
So that was, it was actually pretty...
It was pretty funny, yeah.
It was pretty funny. It was amusing. It was pulled off well. I enjoyed it. Next up is Kofi Kingston, who, we all know is going to do some sort of trickery. And I don't know if that got pulled off well, but we'll get to that. Number 13 came Mustafa Ali. Well, I got to say, man, they're doing surprisingly a lot with.
Yeah, it's weird.
Considering, his move is recent from 205 to this.
Muhammad Ali?
Which is good because he's incredibly talented. So that's good. It's good that they're not going, look at the terrorist.
Yeah.
Which is the old way to do things.
That being said, they did call him Muhammad, so.
That's true. Shit. I remember that time when they confused one black guy for the other one? That's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Shit. After Mustafa comes out, he eliminates... He eliminates Shinsuke? Didn't he just get eliminated? He eliminated somebody.
Yeah, something happened.
Something fucking happened. Anyway, Dean Ambrose comes out at number 14. This is when Kofi does his first avoid getting eliminated bit. And, it was kind of cool. He did this kind of like... He drops out of the ring, but his feet don't hit. So he kind of does this weird rollover thing all the way to the steps. It was neat.
Yeah.
Wasn't fantastic, but it was neat.
It was simple.
Gargano was eliminated afterwards by Dean Ambrose. So that's unfortunate. Because let's face it, Dean, despite looking his coolest he's ever looked, he's got his shittiest gimmick ever.
It's pretty bad.
At the moment. But this was followed by something that's somehow shittier because we forgot this guy even existed. No Way Jose.
Oh,
Son of a bitch, dude.
I completely forgot he existed.
Poor No Way, man. That's
Yeah.
right, No Way is his first name.
He went in and they were like, no way.
Yep. He dances all his way up and then he dances all his way out because Samoa Joe eliminated it like in 10 milliseconds.
It was like a record, dude.
It was crazy.
And then he would like dances
dances
his way
up
out.
and meets up with Drew McIntyre, who was number 16, who, beats him up.
Yep.
And we'll forget about him for the next 2 years or so.
Until he comes back and dances some more.
Yeah. Anyway, at number 17, we had Xavier Woods. This is at this point, Kofi does his second trick, which is totally unnecessary, by the way. At least I thought so. I don't know what you thought, but I thought it looked stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be that Kofi was on the verge of being knocked out, but it didn't even look like he was being knocked out of the ring. Drew he just looked like he was waiting.
Yeah, that was the problem is that he just kind of drops.
Yeah, he drops onto Xavier, but again, Xavier walks up. There was no danger.
Yeah.
Drew was like all the way over there, and he was the one that was just holding on there. And like you said, he just
kind of fell. It was weird. It was mistimed.
Whatever. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
it was fine. It was like once they got it into the gimmick, I guess. Xavier Woods kind of had a hard time too, like getting his balance. So it was just kind of not well done. Let's say that. The first one was better.
I think the audience response said it all, which was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like once it started kind of flowing, they were like,
yeah.
Yes.
Should have just kept the first one.
Yeah, I should have just stayed at the first one. Whatever. Anyway, they get in, and of course they're immediately eliminated, both of them, by Drew McIntyre. So totally worthless.
Mm-hmm.
Number 18 came my boy Pete Dunne.
Yeah, right.
And followed immediately by Andrade, I guess that's his name now. At number 19 and number 20, Apollo. So that was a wasted slot. Except for that time he got mistaken for another black guy. But anyway, at number 21 was not a black guy, but he's named Black, and that's Aleister Black, my other boy.
Yeah. Really selling his injury from last night.
Yeah. I mean, he had a rap.
Yeah.
At this point, Dean Ambrose is eliminated by Aleister Black. So, yes.
That was good. Yeah, it was instant, too.
By a little black mask, no less.
Yeah,
so that was fucking cool.
Kicked right over that.
So, my review of Dean's performance, it fucking sucked.
Yeah. Stanker.
Number 22 had Shelton Benjamin, who was the guy that the commentary team mistook Apollo for.
Yeah, that happened.
Come on, man. They don't even look the same.
Also, I want to say, wasted slot.
Yes. Wasted slot. Not because Shelton Benjamin sucks.
No.
But because they don't even use the fucking guy.
Yeah, because literally when he came out, I was like, oh yeah, he's still there.
Shelton Benjamin is literally one of the best wrestlers they have, and they don't nothing. Nathan!
Yep.
Anyway, that's unfortunate. That just made me sad. But anyway, at this point, Samoa Joe is surprisingly eliminated by Mustafa Ali, which is pretty cool. That's a lot to go there because they sowed the seeds for something there.
There's definitely some seeds.
Sam was not pleased.
Yeah, the seeds were watered by semen.
Speaking of semen, the next entrant was Baron Corbin, who fucking is a wasted load if I ever saw one. Shit, man. Although gratefully he does eliminate Apollo.
Yeah.
At this point, this is when they confused Apollo for Shelton Benjamin, by the way. But so Apollo's gone. My review of his performance,
Yeah, I mean he did like a couple moves, but who cares?
Dude, Jeff Hardy came in at this point. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even remember when Jeff Hardy got eliminated.
Yeah, it was his. Let's just do his performance here. Pointless.
Yeah, I don't. What? Then, like I said, I don't remember when he got eliminated.
Even think he. I have no memory of him doing any moves or anything.
Nathan.
Yeah.
So that's our review of him. Anyway, Black is eliminated by fucking Baron Corbin of all times. Aleister Black.
Yeah, you were pissed.
Dude, the fuck? First of all, look, I'm fine with that. I knew Aleister Black wasn't going to win, obviously. Yeah. And he got a good performance in.
Yeah.
You know? I'm just saying, of
Baron.
all people, Baron?
Yeah.
Shit, man. Fuck. Pete Dunne gets eliminated by Drew McIntyre.
I wasn't happy.
You weren't happy with that, but at least Drew is a competitor.
Yeah, that's
You know, at least he's somebody relevant.
I just don't like him.
This fucking piece of shit Corbin
Yeah.
is the one that gets rid of Black. Fuck that shit, man. Should have got rid of nothing. Nathan, no one.
Only himself.
Anyway.
With a gun.
Number 25 was Rey Mysterio. So, that's the thing.
Yep.
Look, the surprise of that only works once, guys.
Yeah.
Anybody else here? I'm not hating on Rey, obviously.
No,
Loving on
he's
Rey.
our boy.
And next up is Bobby Lashley. Wasted slot, folks.
Ooh, I was like, really?
Wasted slot.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Especially considering he did Nathan. He just goes over the rope after he attempts to attack Seth.
I don't even know if that was... It looked like it wasn't even intentional, but I guess it was. And he kept looking at his hand for some damn reason. It was just dumb.
Yeah. And then after that, he drags Seth out and attacks him. I mean, it was intentional because Seth was taken out of the match at this point.
It just looked weird.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was pointless other than the fact that you had to reserve Seth for a while.
Yeah.
So he took Seth out, and Seth remained there until he became relevant yet again later. Number 27, Braun Strowman. Wasted slot.
Yeah.
Just going to say it. Look, I love Braun, but you dropped the ball so many times that introducing him just made it like, oh, man. The possibility of him winning was high.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't.
Yeah, like I said later on, I was like, I really don't want him to win because they keep doing it and never pulling the trigger.
Yeah. Any credibility to his win has been taken out by the fact that they wrote him as a loser.
Yeah.
What, 2-3 times now?
Yeah.
Anyway. Again, not hating on Strowman, just saying. Corbin, though, is eliminated by Strowman, as I predicted to you while we were watching, and that's a good thing.
Yep.
Anyway, Shelton is eliminated by Strowman as well, so that's, he's going to go back into the fucking back burner.
In the cooler.
28 was Dolph Ziggler, which surprised the shit out of me because he just today announced that, hey, I'm no longer with WWE.
Yeah.
So that was a fucking thing. That was weird. I thought they were going to pull the trigger on him, honestly.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. He eliminates Drew McIntyre, which, goes in hand with the little tensions between them.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Number 29, wasted spot with Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah. And this was the point where I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, what?
This was a thing.
Again, I'm glad Randy Orton's back to being a heel, but anybody else, sue me. I would have taken sue me at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Although it did lead to something very interesting.
Yeah.
Because in number 30, we had R-Truth, as would be expected, but because the precedent was set by Becky herself, somebody decided to take that spot. Not because R-Truth was injured, but because they were going to injure R-Truth and take that spot.
Was it Sumi?
Take that, as Grace Jones would say.
Yeah.
And it was not Sumi. No, in fact, it was Nia Fats, a.k.a. Nia Jax.
Yep. Long Hot Jax.
And look, we've had female entrants before in the Rumbles, but it's usually they're there, they get rid of some males, and then they're somewhat dumped out of the ring.
That's it.
With very
carefully,
little, very carefully, with very little interaction. Definitely no hits, nothing like that. Nothing that explicitly shows violence towards them. This is testament to how scared WWE must be. They must be. Because this was fucking shocking to me.
It was shocking.
That it happened.
It made up for the kind of lackluster entrance, in my opinion.
It really did.
Because up to this point, it was kind of like a deflated balloon. Like, oh, that's it. No one cool or no one surprising.
The NXT people were cool, but
but they're not surprising.
We expect them.
We expect that, yeah. So it was kind of like, oh, man. And then this happened. I was like, this is interesting. Yeah,
it was definitely a hairpin turn there. I was like, what the... And, it wasn't just Nia's entering, and we've seen females before. Yeah. It was Nia's entering, and she's getting fucking hit.
Yeah, well, she's, destroying everyone at first.
Yeah, she's destroying everyone, which is good for her. Again, that's how they should portray her.
At this point, I'm like, look, they're not going to do anything, though. They're just going to have her, like I said, dumped out.
Yeah.
And then right as I said that, she starts taking bumps.
First of all, she eliminates Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
And he had a good run, I gotta say.
Yeah.
He was looking pretty good. Like you said, right after that bumps, she took a super kick from Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And then there was this moment of like, did we just do this?
Yeah.
in the fucking ring?
And then everybody joined in.
Yeah, man. Fucking old Ray got a 619 in there. So that fucking happened. Yeah. And then RKO'd her out of nowhere.
Yep. And I kind of popped for that.
It was pretty cool, dude. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not because I'm hating on Nia.
Yeah, it's not like we're.
It's because it was unexpected.
Yeah, it's not like we're hating on women or anything. It was just, it was something you don't expect to see in WWE. We see that everywhere else
except for WWE.
Except for WWE.
So that was fucking cool, man. Anyway, Nia is eventually spilled over by Ray and Randy Orton, and she doesn't make it all the way out. So I was like, are they actually going to do more with her? But no. But at the same time, it was good because Ray actually does this slide kick out and fucking kicks her out. I was like, wow, that was okay. All right, that was pretty cool. At this point, it looked like it was down to Ray, Randy, and Andrade, but then Ray's taken out by Randy, and Randy is taken out by Andrade, and it came down to Dolph Ziggler and Andrade. But then we remember, holy shit, wait a minute, Braun and Seth are still in this fucking bitch.
And it wasn't just us, the commentary team.
Yeah, they were like, forgotten. Oh, wait a minute, yeah. So especially Jerry, who was too busy fucking living in Dracula's time.
Jerry, I'm senile shit Lawler,
actual name by the way. Yeah, man. Andrade eventually ended up getting taken out by Strowman, which was sad. I mean, we didn't expect him to win, but it would have been really cool. Dolph Ziggler is also taken out by Strowman. That's what expected. It came down to Seth Rollins and Strowman, and after a little back and forth tussle, surprisingly. And yet not, Seth Rollins applied an old curb stomp to Braun on the apron, and Braun tumbled down, and he's now our Royal Rumble winner. He can pick which way he's going to go, and hopefully we know which way it is, and he is the right guy to do it.
Yeah.
He is the guy. He's the guy that should have been from the beginning. I mean, if they're not going to do Braun, right? Which they already ruined.
They better pull the freaking trigger already. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's almost going on 600 days.
It's ludicrous.
Brock Lesnar. It's time. This is the guy. Everybody's behind Seth. Let's do it. So, fuck, man. I can't believe this fucking Royal Rumble was this good.
Nia Fats.
Weirdly
enough, Nia Fats was kind of a highlight for me. Just because it was so odd.
It was fucking odd, dude.
And I don't think they're going to do anything with it, but it does bring up an interesting possibility. It sets a precedent
that
it's possible.
Something might change.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already seeing changes, but they might be colossal.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's give a final thought and score on this bastard. Give it to me.
I was expecting to be hating on this baby. I was actually kind of dreading it. I was like, oh man, this is going to be one of those long ones. But it was actually thoroughly freaking entertaining. This is like probably the first pay-per-view I've liked throughout in a while from the main roster. I'll take some points off because of that boring ass AJ match. I'll give it a 8.5. I don't want to say it's equal to Takeover because that's what I gave Takeover, but
8.5 in comparison to the other main roster.
To the other main roster stuff.
I'm gonna give it in comparison to the NXT Takeover, it'd be like a 6 or 7. Yeah. But comparison to the other main roster, this is fucking leagues above anything they've done in a long fucking time.
It was actually entertaining, not boring.
The Becky stuff alone deserves, all the accolades, deserves 10s on its own. Very entertaining through and through. Loved almost every bit of it, except for that Daniel Bryan AJ match like you. And that men's rumble was a little rocky because of the lack of surprising entrance. But yeah, like you said, that Nia thing was like, what the?
It kind of made up for it.
And then that ending was like, yes, you're doing it right. Finally, thank you. Surprisingly good, man. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.52. I mean, fuck. You can do it, WWE. Yes.
I do have one last criticism. I wish they would have taken some of those pointless ass spots like Apollo Crews and No Way Jose and given it to people like EC3.
Yeah, anybody really.
Killian Dane, people that are there. Yeah, that are there and aren't being used, But no, not Sumi. They should. The only spot he should have is in a freaking grave because he sucks.
I don't know, man. Sumi fan club coming soon.
Yeah.
Sumi, that is.
Anyway. Suni?
Yeah, man, you're absolutely right about that. This is Apollo. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This would have been a good way to introduce people like EC3.
Yeah,
too.
For real, man. EC3 definitely needs that little intro now.
Yeah.
But anyway, there you have it, folks. What did you think about this? This was fun for us. Let us know in the comments down below. Hit like, share, subscribe. Notification buttons, because we're out.
No Lars.
No Lars.